y'all, and welcome to today's video. I quit my job. Huge life change for me. I want to talk about it while I do my makeup. I thought we could get ready together. I could update y'all on some recent life changes. Let's jump into it. I'm gonna zoom y'all in and we are gonna do some makeup together. But before we even start talking, I just want to go ahead and say, number one, no, I did not quit my job because YouTube is just exploding for me. It's such a lucrative career. No, not at all. I quit for other reasons. We'll talk about it. And two, I am going to be testing some new products today. I'm going to be using some old favorites. I will link everything in the description box, and I'll try to remember to talk about these products as we go along too. But I'm going to push my hair back. I'm going to zoom y'all in. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there before we even start this conversation, you know? Okay, let me run through quickly what I'm going to be using for the first few steps. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender Boost Firming Smoothing Peptide Primer. I've used this a few times now. I want to keep testing it. I have a brand new Rituel de Fille 3-drop weightless serum foundation. They sent me this foundation. It says 3 drops of a magic potion to transform your skin to create a glowy natural finish. And I have the shade Potion 150. That's medium with olive undertones. The concealer I'm going to use, I'm going to try the MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face pen. I've been using this for the past few weeks, but I haven't been reaching for it enough. I still don't know my full thoughts on it. So that's what we're going to start with, and then we'll kind of talk about the rest later. But the big news is I quit my job. If you have been following me for a while, you know I have talked a lot about the fact that I am a respiratory therapist. I'm still a respiratory therapist. I'm still maintaining my license. I'm still going to be keeping up with my education hours, all of that stuff. You know, like, I'm a respiratory therapist. It's part of who I am. But I have been a respiratory therapist. I have worked at the same children's hospital for the past 15 years. And I do have my bachelor's in science and my bachelor's degree is in health sciences. And I love my job. I mean, there's a reason why I stayed at the same hospital for 15 years. I love kids. I love working with kids so much. Yes, there are incredible lows working in healthcare, especially in what I was doing in intensive care, emergency care. I was a part of the ECMO team for many years. I mean, I really got to do everything that I wanted to do as a respiratory therapist, like all the kind of goals I had for myself at the beginning of my career. I got to do those things, everything that I wanted to do, and then some, you know? So I love being a respiratory therapist. I really, really do. I love the people that I worked with, all of that. But it came to a time where I needed to be home more. I need to be home more. I just put in my notice in March, so this is still very fresh. I know I'm uploading this the first week in May, so very fresh. Like, I haven't even been gone from my workplace for I haven't even been gone for 2 months. Like, it's very, very new. Okay, so I'm dispensing this product the way Rituel de Fille says, and we're gonna see how it looks. So I left because for the past year or so, I really have been talking and praying and going over things with my husband, because listen, my first priority is always my son, my family, right? And I would never leave a source of income willy-nilly, you know? So this has been about a year that this has kind of been on the table for us, that we've been talking about it. And normally I'm a very decisive person. When I have a decision to make, I can normally make a decision pretty easily. I know what I want to do, and there's usually no looking back for me. I don't make a lot of decisions that I regret, things like that. Like I'm like, this is what we're gonna do and moving on. But with my job, like I said, I've been there 15 years. I was 20 when I started. Yeah, 20 when I started. Like I identify so much of who I am as a person with being a respiratory therapist, and especially with being a respiratory therapist at this hospital. I've made some of my best friends there. Y'all have seen them on my Instagram, and you know, like, I didn't want to take this decision lightly, even though I kind of knew this is the way we were leaning. My husband and I were both like, let's really talk about it, really pray about it, and wait, you know, because there's no rush. But finally made the decision. When I talked to my boss, who I love still, we have a great relationship, she was basically like, you know, I kind of felt like this was coming. Wish you the best. Let's stay friends and come back whenever you want to. So left on super good terms. It's not like anything dramatic happened, but here's the main deal. If you don't know, I homeschool my son. This is not a new thing for us. I've homeschooled him always since kindergarten. We've done different programs, things like that. I don't really talk about my son on YouTube. I did at the beginning of my channel, and I've had to private so many videos because the more I'm here, the more you like, the more you know, the more you know, right? You don't know what you don't know until you know it. And I've realized, like, oh, like maybe oversharing about my kid is not good. Sharing about my kid when I have 1,000 subscribers is way different than when I'm growing, you know, and I want to protect his privacy. He's a minor. Even if he says, oh, Mom, I'll be in your video, or oh, yeah, you can talk about that. He's a minor. He really cannot fully consent. So I want to keep him private, but it's not a new thing for us. We've always homeschooled. We've always done different programs. We've done programs where, you know, he will go with other homeschoolers for a couple of days. I'll do at home learning, all that kind of stuff, you know, but we've always been homeschoolers. Always, always, always. That's how, you know, I'm registered with the state, everything. So this is not like a new transition for us to going to homeschool. Pause. This is pretty. This is really glowy, but this shade match, this coverage, this is a really nice medium coverage, right? Real foundation that feels like skincare, lightweight, feel nothing at all, vegan, cruelty-free. Okay, all right, let me go in with the matte concealer. I'm just like blending and I'm like, wow, this is really, really beautiful. Okay, so in the fall, my son is starting high school. That is going to be a whole new ball game for us. As the years go on, the subjects get harder and harder, even for me to teach, you know, and for my son to do. And I have felt like I need to give more of my time and energy to teaching my son. That's my first priority, is teaching him, you know. So I've just felt like between homeschool, the first priority, between work at the hospital, between, you know, doing YouTube, which I love so much, I never really had a day off. And I want to say I'm coming at all of this from a place of like thankfulness. I'm so happy that I'm able to homeschool my son. It's something that I love to do. It's something that works so well for our family. And I'm very thankful that I'm able to do this. So hear me out on that. None of this is me complaining or anything like that. I'm so incredibly thankful that I get to have this time with him. So with everything, it was just like I never had a day off. I never had a day where it could just be me, my husband, my son, us doing whatever we wanted to do. It was always like we could do what we needed to do, but there was always something else to do. It was always like, well, we didn't finish this school assignment yesterday, so even though it's Saturday or Sunday, like, we need to get this done. Or, oh, like, I can't take a day off filming because tomorrow I have to go to work. That means I'm not going to be able to film, or I'm going to be up till midnight. You know, like, it was just not the best time schedule or anything for our family. So that was another reason that over the past year we've been thinking about this. But I'm really excited to start this kind of new homeschool high school chapter. I am nervous about it, but also excited. You know, of course we're going to be nervous starting something new, going into these higher grades where things get a little more intense, but it's a good nervousness. I'm just going to pop on a little bit of my Sigma Cream Blush in the shade Coral Dawn. And then I'm going to set my face with my One Size powder, my One Size loose powder. And we will talk some more, but I want to set that down. I want to fill in my brows really quick. Nothing exciting to do on camera, but I want to see how this foundation's gonna look with the One Size. Let me just go ahead and do this with y'all and we can keep talking. So basically, I wanted to make this video because I love sharing my life stuff with y'all as much as possible, but this is not going to change anything for y'all. You know, people ask me all the time, like, are you going to do YouTube full time? Babes, I've been putting in more than full-time hours on YouTube for the past couple of years. Really since 2020, I think, or 2019. I've been putting in full-time hours, so nothing is going to change with my content. You're still going to get tons of videos from me. The only thing that is really going to change is my life off of camera. I'm going to be able to dedicate more time and energy where I need to with my family, but nothing with YouTube is going to change at all. So if you were thinking that I was going to say, oh, I'm slowing down on YouTube, or I mean, I don't know how I could possibly upload any more videos. I mean, some weeks I upload every single day, so nothing of that is going to change. You're not getting less videos. I love YouTube so much. It's very flexible, so no changes there. Look how pretty it looks with the One Size. You know, I'm not gonna lie, very skeptical. Forgive me. It's 6 in the morning. I'm getting ready to head out the door, but this is beautiful. I was very skeptical. Now I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Real Flawless Luminous Perfecting Pressed Powder with my Unearthly brush. And I just want to use this to kind of finish and give a pretty little kind of finishing effect to my face. Isn't that pretty? I just love to use finishing powders. I really do. Okay, let me fill in my brows and then we'll do eyes together. And we'll talk, we'll chat some more. Okay, I'm still testing out the Danessa Myricks Colorfix in the shade, what Nude? I think it's Nude 1. Yeah, Nude 1 as an eyeshadow primer. I'm not sure about it, but I'm going to keep testing it. And then this is not a new palette, but it is new to me. This is not a box of chocolates from ColourPop. I'm pretty sure this launched like at the end of last year, but ColourPop sent me this palette and I want to create a neutral look with it. I know a lot of y'all really love this one, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put on some eye primer and we'll talk a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to grab this shade right here. And like I said, my content is not going to change. Nothing that y'all see is going to change. So you may be like, well, why are you even making this video? And I like to update y'all on life stuff. I know at the beginning of this year, I made a video just kind of talking about my goals for the year. And I let y'all know that like the big goal for the year was just to do more things that I enjoy doing, take more time off, be better at resting, you know, things like that. And at that time, I was still kind of mulling over this decision, not knowing if this was the right way to go, but really kind of feeling like that's probably what was going to happen, but I had really not made that decision yet. So I definitely wanted to follow up, let y'all know kind of what's going on in my life. If you don't care, that's fine too, but I'm really looking forward to it. And you may also be thinking, well, Heather, like, you know, your son doesn't start high school until the fall. Why did you quit now? And I'll be perfectly honest, I wanted to have the summer with him. Even though we homeschool, we do kind of keep to a schedule. You know, we keep to a traditional kind of school schedule where we usually start at the end of August. We take all the normal holiday breaks, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we'll start back with our second semester in January, and then we wrap up by usually the beginning to the middle of May. So in talking with my husband and kind of planning everything, thinking through things, I was like, let's take the summer, enjoy the summer, just, you know, focus on being together, maybe doing some fun things, and that's what we decided to do. And it'll give us a little rest and relaxation before school ramps up in the fall. Okay, let's go in with this shade down here. And I kind of spoke at the beginning when I first started talking about this, but I can go back to my job at any time, even if not at that same hospital. I am definitely going to be keeping up my license, my credentials, all of that. I am a neonatal pediatric specialist in my career, so all of that I'm gonna maintain, and I can go back, or I can go to a different hospital or clinic or whatever. I've also kind of, like, while I worked at the hospital for a couple of years, I did like education and setups and stuff at a private clinic, so I have options. You know, I have options. I'm not saying goodbye to respiratory therapy forever. By no means am I saying that at all, which is such a perk of my career. You know, I'm very, very thankful for job security in my career. Super duper wonderful. So yeah, I quit my job. That's the main thing I wanted to update y'all on. And then we'll kind of switch gears. I wanted to update y'all. I wanted to tell y'all none of my content will change. But I thought I would share, if you've been following me, completely new subject. If you've been following me, I was on a family vacation in Disney. We went in April to Disney. I did upload 5 different YouTube shorts where I just kind of showed you a little mini vlog of my day, kind of some food, some rides, some experiences, things like that. We had such a good time. We're within driving distance of Disney World in Orlando, so we drove down, we did the Disney parks, we did all 4. All right, let's grab this shade right here, real pretty. I'm using my What's Up Beauty brushes, by the way, and I am gonna spray my brush a little bit. Remember, always spray your brush after you pick up the shadows. Don't put a wet brush into your shadows. But we did all 4 parks. We did Hollywood Studios, we did Epcot. Okay, here, let me tell you. Hollywood Studios, my personal favorite ride, of course, is Tower of Terror. Love that ride, love that ride. So we did Hollywood Studios, kind of our very first day. My guys were super excited for their whole Star Wars planet. So that was the day we did first. I'm like, we have to do this. This is what they're most excited about. So we did that day. All the Star Wars rides, we rode twice. That was, like, I would say we spent a good 95% of our time. I'm gonna mess up, but I think the planet is Batu. I don't know. We stayed there, and we really, really enjoyed it. So the second day, here I'm gonna go into this shade down here. The second day we went to Epcot, and we had a great time. First of all, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, so fun. Now I will say, I'm normally like a thrill ride person. I love to go upside down, I love to go fast, all of that stuff. We did Universal Studios back in 2020 and loved it. I would say if you're a ride person, if you love thrill rides like me, Universal is the way to go, whereas Disney is more for the experience. But we did, like, they have some fun rides too, just none that are that intense. But Guardians of the Galaxy, my whole family, including myself, our favorite ride of all the Disney parks. It was such a fun roller coaster. Really, really, really enjoyed that one. Not too intense at all. So even if you don't like to go upside down and stuff, you still like that one. It was really fun. We actually rode that one twice. And then I was so incredibly happy because before we left, I got a message from the beautiful Betty Jean, who here on YouTube is Batty Bean. And she was like, hey, I heard you're going to be in Disney. You know, would you want to meet up? She was like, we're going to be at Epcot this day. And I'm like, yes, we're going to be at Epcot that day. So I got to meet up, well, me and my family, not just me. We got to meet up with her and her husband, and we had lunch together. And first of all, you know that, like, when you see people talk about glass skin, we all want glass skin, perfect skin. Betty Jean has it. Like, she has glass skin. Perfect, beautiful, gorgeous. I'm like, you know, out here, it's warm, it's a beautiful day, but it's quite warm and sunny, and, you know, we're all having a good time, and Betty Jean is just over here with, like, model in a bottle type of skin, you know, like, gorgeous. But, of course, beautiful inside as well. It was so cool to meet her. Exactly who you see in her videos is who she is. I've been watching her for so long, so it was so fun to meet her and her husband in person. They were both so nice, and it was really cool because we actually got to talk to them a lot. We have some other things in common, not just makeup and YouTube. So we really had a good time just talking about stuff. You know, I'm a vegetarian. Well, maybe you don't know. I'm a vegetarian, and so is Betty Jean. So we really got to, like, just talk about that, and then we're all into some of the same other stuff. So we just really had a good time. Spent a few hours together just eating and hanging out, and it was such a good time. I'm like, yay, like I have a new friend, like, that I've met in person, and just that was so good. Like, it made me so happy when we left from, like, hanging out with them. I was just like, oh, I'm so happy that went so well. And my husband and son were like, oh yeah, that was really fun, we enjoyed that. And I'm actually going to be meeting up with her again for sure in a few months. So I'm very excited about that. Really looking forward to hanging out with her again. I will tag her down below. If you haven't watched her videos, definitely do. I'll tag her so y'all can check her out, because she is so talented with makeup, but she's also really good at, like, explaining it. She does a lot of really cool content, rankings, stuff like that. So definitely check her out. I just put on a little bit of the ColourPop liner in my lower waterline in the shade, what is this called? Sunny, I can't hardly read it. It's called Sunnyvale. And now I'm using my Unearthly Cosmetics liquid liner. And I'm going to do mascara and then I'll come back. I've got more days to talk to y'all about with Disney. I need to do bronzer, lips, all of that stuff. I'll be back. Okay, I put on a half lash mascara. We're going to bronze up with my Pat McGrath bronzer. I'm going to use the glowy one, the Desert Glow with my BK Beauty 107. And we'll talk about our Epcot day where I got to meet Allie Dawson and her husband Corey. Of course, I will tag her down below so you can check her out. If you don't know who Allie is, she is, again, exactly who you see on camera. Chatty, bubbly, happy, fun person. She loves gaming. We connected on some of that, especially with my son. Had a lot of fun, chatted for hours, hung out, had such a good time. I was so happy to meet Allie too. I'm gonna get to see her again in person in a couple of months as well. We've already got something planned. So it was just fun to be with my friend. She showed us around the park, around Animal Kingdom. I have to say, the best part of Animal Kingdom for me was definitely Pandora. The like Avatar area, we rode that ride. It was so fun. It was so fun. We rode the big roller coaster there, like Expedition Everest. I think we ended up riding that one like 4 times. It was fun. Now listen, I'll just go ahead and tell you, don't ask me about Disney planning. I am not a planner. I do not like planning. I don't like having things scheduled. I am a go with the flow person. So we decided to go with Disney. We picked which day we wanted to go to which park because you have to do that to make sure you can get like tickets and stuff. And that's it. The only thing I scheduled was one dinner, and that was at Magic Kingdom. But we had a great time at Animal Kingdom. I'm not really there to see the animals. I don't necessarily love zoos, although I do think Animal Kingdom is nice. I'm not knocking that. We have a really nice zoo not too far from us that does a lot of conservation and stuff. But overall, I'm not like obsessed with seeing wild animals like that in captivity, but you know, I'll just leave that there. I really liked the rides and the atmosphere and stuff at Animal Kingdom the most, and of course the food. We ate with Allie and Corey and it was like so good. The food was so good, and just the atmosphere, and of course seeing the animals was cute too. I really am liking the way this bronzer's looking. I'm going to leave just the Sigma cream blush. I think it's giving me a nice little flush. I applied it pretty sheerly, and I feel like it's still showing through the powder in a really nice way. But yeah, Allie, just as beautiful inside and out. When I saw her in person, I'm like, immediately my eyes went to her eyelashes. They are so freaking long and beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful, but I was like, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. And it was so fun. Okay, I'm going to take my Adept Ketracel White palette. I have a whole video on this, but I just want to kind of tap into each of these colors in Founder. And we're going to highlight with this. And I went to Magic Kingdom, was kind of our last Disney day. And that was my personal favorite day. Because like all the magic, of course, I love the Haunted Mansion. I love that ride. It's just so fun. We did the new Tron ride. It was fun, but it was not as fun as Guardians. It wasn't as thrilling as Guardians, but we did really like it. We did almost every ride at Magic Kingdom. We did Pirates, of course. We did Jungle Cruise. We did Snow White's like mining roller coaster. That one was super cute. We did Small World, of course. Like, we did just about everything. All the parks we were there, open to close. The last day we did Legoland, and I will say, Legoland could use some work. Now, they had some cool sculptures and stuff, and that's fun. If you like Legoland, it's very cool to see. But they didn't have as many rides as I thought. The food, I was on vacation, so it was fine. But when we left, we were like, we're starving. But seeing all the Lego sculptures, and they have a lot of shopping and stuff, all of that was cool. Sorry, I'm just looking for my brush because I want to like tap out my shadow. I see where I didn't blend so well. So that night we got to have dinner with some other of our friends who live down in Orlando locally. We got to hang out with them. That was amazing and fun and such a good time. And then we came home. So those are my updates. We had such a good time. I will say, Disney is not a relaxing vacation by any means, but the mental break was so wonderful. My favorite part of the whole vacation was just having time with my husband and my son. No schoolwork, no work, no nothing. I didn't vlog. The only thing I did was, like I said, I uploaded some shorts. I took a couple clips on my phone here and there because I wanted to have that memory. I wanted to share some with y'all, but it was just relaxing. I had some pre-filmed videos go up for y'all. So it was so nice just to be able to take the time off and be together. Okay, so this is my Melt lip liner. I don't know if they make this anymore. It is Corazon. And then I'm going to use my Alice in Wonderland Lip Duo, the Queen one, the lipstick. What's it called? My Ways. Yes, I'm going to use this. I thought a red lip with this kind of brown smoky eye, and kind of like I have this light blush with this glowy bronzer, glowy highlight. I thought a red lip would be cool with this look. But I hope you enjoyed a kind of life update, vacation update, things like that. I love sharing my life with y'all, so I wanted to let you know. YouTube channel, no changes, but I'm definitely gonna have changes in my life off camera, which I'm really looking forward to. A little bit of gloss, because I love a gloss, especially a gloss with a sparkle to it. Alright, y'all, here is the finished look. I'm into it. I am excited to wear this look for the rest of my day. I'll be testing and trying this foundation, of course. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, do you like these videos where we just get ready together, kind of talk about my life or things? Because if so, I can keep doing videos like this. I'm impressed by this ColourPop, what's it called? Not a Box of Chocolates. Yeah, I'm impressed. I see why so many people really like this neutral palette. I think this is really pretty. I, of course, love my highlight. I'm impressed with the skin tint. I don't know. So far, I'm just feeling like this is okay, not amazing, but I'm going to keep testing it. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. I have lots of videos coming for y'all this week. There we go. Words are hard. Time for caffeine. I hope you're having a great day. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.